All right, now let's talk about some of the vile corporate media reaction to Joe Biden just getting us out of a place we shouldn't be anymore. It's been 20 years, insane cost in terms of dollars and lives. We're getting out. We're getting out, and that's the right thing, and it should have been handled better. Some things were not done correctly. Biden took responsibility yesterday. The corporate media seem almost war thirsty. I'm going to play some clips for you from yesterday's press briefing. Moments after, about a half, 25, 30 minutes after Joe Biden spoke, Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary, took questions. And during that question and answer period, it seemed as though the corporate media in the room is already interested in what's the next war. And maybe we'll go back in. There were questions about maybe we'll do something to North Korea. Very, very strange. And I think there's a couple of reasons that we're seeing this, which I'll tell you in a moment. Let's start with the first clip.
Does the president envision any situation in which he might deploy a large amount of U.S. troops abroad under his presidency?
The tone of the question it's almost like they're saying Joe Biden seems so opposed to military incursions. I mean, is there anything that'll get the guy to fill some country with American troops again? Because there should be. I mean, the tone is just stunning here.
Sort of foreign conflict that would require the sort of mass troop deployment that he just said we are trying to move past?
I think one of the pieces that he talked about in the speech was how he views our engagement in the world. And I think this is probably why you're asking this question. And the horrible scenes and memories of the last few weeks. And as we think about how we embark on or how we use military force, these moments and these divisions of the last several weeks or months or years should stick in us, and he may stick in our minds.
Do you understand what's going on? Joe Biden is ending a 20-year conflict, and 25 minutes after he decisively explains why he did it, reporters are almost indignant saying, is this guy willing to send troops anywhere? I mean, what? The default should be we don't send troops everywhere. That has been American foreign policy for too long. Here's another clip where a reporter says, why was Biden mad? Biden seemed mad. But more importantly, would he go back into Afghanistan? We've been out for like 12 hours, guys.
He seemed angry at the beginning of the speech today. Who's he mad at?
I would say I'll give you a different assessment of what I saw, which is that he gave a forceful assessment, laid out a forceful case to the American people as to why it was time to wind down a 20-year war that has led to the loss of thousands of lives. And in his view, and I think he made a firm case of this, it's not in our national security interest to be on the ground anymore.
The follow-ups included, which I'm not even going to get to now. What are the circumstances in which we would go back in? We've been at that point, we had been out 12 hours and you're talking about going back in. So I think there's two different things going on here. One, there are some reporters who just by nature want to be seen as asking the tough questions. And when something as rare as a president decisively saying, we are out, it's over, we're withdrawing, we're coming back, we're not deploying, we're coming back. That's rare in American foreign policy, to do it so decisively and so definitively, that the way to be sort of tough and contrarian is to talk about the opposite. This isn't a president who will shy away from deploying troops, right? It's not. And they just don't realize how war thirsty they sound, as if the default should be the U.S. should just be picking places to send troops. That's one piece of it. The other part of it is that it's almost cliche at this point. It might even be apocryphal. Like, I don't even know at this, like, is it even really true? But there's the idea that conflicts mean controversy and controversy means ratings. And that, that's probably a factor to some degree, although I don't know how much of a factor it is to the reporters, but to some of these news institutions, that's probably a factor. Bizarre. We're almost in a bizarro world. But I would rather a bizarro world in which what is being done is pulling troops back. And the bizarre part is the media saying, shouldn't we go more places? Than the opposite, in which we are just sending troops everywhere. And then we have to be the voices saying this is a bad idea. I would rather the reality be we are pulling troops back. Let me know your thoughts. You can find me on Twitter at @dpacman. I've struggled falling asleep at night and realized part of it could be because of the blue light coming from my phone and computer screens. And peer-reviewed studies have shown that blue light can suppress the hormone melatonin, which can make it difficult to fall asleep. Blue light can disturb your circadian rhythms. But it hasn't been an issue for me since I discovered Blue Block's glasses, which filter out that blue light. They're one of our sponsors. A lot of other companies are mass producing supposed blue light glasses in factories with no actual quality standards. Blue Block's glasses are made in actual optics labs at their headquarters in Australia. They have over 40 stylish frames, a prescription version, non-prescription, even reading glasses. And for every pair of glasses that Blue Block's sells, they give a pair of reading glasses to someone in need. You'll get 20% off when you go to blueblocks.com/Pacman. The link is right underneath this video, and there's free shipping worldwide on orders over $115.